With so many different platforms,
Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube,
and their purposes evolving daily, navigating social media can be, well, complicated. Welcome to the Social Media Sucks podcast from Cubco.
Social media. Really sucks.
Where we unpack the latest trends and help remove the suck from social media.
I think sometimes how you come to a product is sometimes as important as the actual product itself. And I know that's a weird way of putting it, but sometimes, word of mouth has been such a powerful thing within marketing. When you had back when there was, maybe television was only 3 channels and radio was 1 channel, you relied on your neighbors to tell you, oh, this is a great barbecue, or this is a great, store that I was at, or these are great shoes, or whatever it is. So you relied a lot on your friends and family and your network to tell you what was good, right?
Feedback and reviews.
Yes, exactly. And now, as we progress in the digital age, we have word of mouse is how we call it, which is basically, a play on words there. So you can have that at home there, word of mouse, start using that. It's a great term. So word of mouse is also very important. And I think why they would use influencer marketing is because it allows them to not be the only people saying that we're great, right? Which is, you never really fully believe when a brand is like, hey, we're the best brand in the world. Yeah. You kind of go, oh, really? So you rely on your network to tell you. And then obviously, as we've gone into social media, we're all following, 30,000 other people that could tell us something about products, and we kind of trust them, and that's eroding a bit, but trust them to tell us what's good. So I think that's why you would, that's what I've seen anyway, why brands want to do it, right?
Yeah. What do you think, Amy?
I think there are a few key elements in consumer behavior and, having an effect on consumer behavior or changing that in some direction.
Definitely.
And I think aspiration is a really strong aspect of consumer behavior. And that is one of the most important aspects of making purchasing decisions. And that can be very well affected or basically influenced by aspirational people who are sort of role models. And this is kind of like looping back to where influencer marketing started, right? In the old ages of influencer marketing, it was just athletes, right? And all the kids wanted to
athletes,
athletes, and then all the kids just wanted to get their gear because I want to be like Mike.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. I still want to be like.
Affected by
I definitely wanted the Nikes. I mean, I wanted to be like Mike.
Yeah.
So it worked, right?
I mean, for users, it's kind of like cutting a step because then you already have someone who tried the product for you, so you kind of have that to rely on.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
I think the aspirations thing is a big thing. I mean, but I would ask you, like, have you bought something that an influencer sort of promoted?
Wow, that's a good question. I think.
What are you saying?
Jordans, maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, like even like a lower level, like there's some sort of ranking, but even like a micro influencer or like a.
Yeah, I think I've bought a jacket.
Yeah.
That was not promoted by an influencer, but I saw it on a micro influencer, and I was like, hey, where did you get that jacket? Because I was like, oh man, that jacket is hot.
Yeah.
Or fire.
I know that jacket is so hot.
That jacket is fire. So
Okay.
I reached out on Instagram and I was like, hey man, where did you get the jacket?
Yeah.
And he was really kind and answered and took the time to point me in the direction of a shop and so on. So I bought that. And actually I played basketball and I still play basketball. And every time I buy a shoe to play in, I usually buy the Kevin Durant shoes because he is my favorite player. So
why not?
If I buy a shoe that I want to use on the court, then I'm only going in KDs. So
Okay, nice.
Inspiration, right?
Good. Have you?
Oh, yeah, I think I did. Of course, I've done that. Makeup, for instance. Like because that's what I said earlier. Like it's kind of cutting a step because then somebody already tried the product for you. For instance, like these makeup products. Then I was like, okay, I can see the effect. Then why not?
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Do you feel like it's actually bridging some sort of gap in the product discovery?
I think it does, because there's so many products out there. There's so much to consume.
Yeah.
So you have so many brands telling you our grind is the best. We can do this, and we are the best on the market. But then actually somebody you follow and you, like you said, trust, actually tried the product. Let's assume they tried it, and you can see the effect, and they talk positive about it. Then why not just select this product that they use, instead of doing the market research and trying every serum there is, like last serum there is on the market. So
I definitely think it shortcuts some of the funnel. And I think that's also, like, we're talking about why. Those of you just joining in and you've skipped ahead because you didn't want to hear us, but we're talking about why brands should do influencer marketing. And I think you've kind of hit it on the nail on the head. It's like, it can help you skip a few steps in the user journey towards purchase, because you're basically building trust, credibility, a use case, and then the people don't have to do as much research. Because I don't know about you, but for me, whenever I'm buying something, the research phase, oh my God, I spend forever looking at something, and because everybody buys things online now, so you don't necessarily get to touch it and feel it and see, is this working? So you really rely on influencers to tell you what you should purchase. And I think brands who don't do that are missing out big time on shortcutting that funnel a bit and getting to a purchase decision much quicker.
Watch the full episode on YouTube or listen to the full episode on your favorite podcast app.